Hi guys, today's a bit different from what I normally do, but I've just been fixating on the anyway, I've been fixating on the sea fever cnidarian, and I wanted to make a video just going over what I think it is and how I think it operates and stuff. But first I want to say thank you for 400 subscribers. I didn't think I would get that far either. But the subscriber count has slowed down, but I hope it rises again. Thank you all. So, before we begin, this thing is from a movie called Sea Fever. It's a really good movie. You should totally watch it, but I'll give a very quick synopsis. So marine biologists get put on boat to do research. Boat goes in the water. Boat brings up solid and something. As it turns out, it brought up solid and the big thing that grabbed them. Biologists go down to see what it is. Get spooked, gets up. Weird jello appears, people get infected, these things erupt out of people's eyeballs, the parasites eat each other and everything else to get bigger and figure out who's the strongest to survive, I guess. Only one remains, it gets in the water, it escapes and stuff. Everyone's dying, everyone is dead except for main girl and love interest. Guy falls in, girl saves him, girl gets infected, girl goes down and dives in, and then the end. And the boat burns, and that's it, that's the movie. It's a really good movie, trust me. Anyway, so in this movie, we get introduced to these things, these long tendrils that, as it turns out, are connected to some huge thing. Since I'm pretty sure it was figured out that this thing is a cnidarian, I'm pretty sure this thing, based on the fact that its base would be on the sea floor, it's probably related to, like, upside-down jellyfishes, but really distantly. And it would probably do its thing by having its bell hanging out at the bottom with all its tendrils going upwards and going cling on to whatever it wants to. This thing's life cycle is pretty weird. Like, on the bottom, it would be here where all of its tendrils would be lying in wait for a whale to come up. We would grab onto the whale and infect it with a bunch of little parasites. Here's the internal of the whale. A bunch of parasites swim out, and they swim around, and they just kind of grow and eat each other until they erupt out of the eyeball of the whale. And then they just kind of hang out in the middle of the ocean and continue to grow and eat each other until one remains, or a few remains, maybe. And they just kind of keep growing bigger, you know? Funky things like that. This probably happens to not just whales, but anything that, like, it grabs a hold to, from giant squid to shark to very unlucky large fish like grouper, sailfish, and tuna. If I had to guess, this thing reproduces asexually. It just produces the larva in its own body, so it's all one big thing. I wonder how many of these things there are. Probably not many of them, since they eat each other till one remains, and yeah. This thing is probably a bit smarter than average cnidarians. I mean, it is literally huge. This is not an eye. This is like 6 feet. This thing is massive. It probably has nerve endings all throughout here and basic muscles around here and one central nerve thing here with its mouth and stuff and all the other gonads and whatever it uses. And we see in the movie, its long tendrils here. It has a mouth that can open and close and can move its tendrils with a lot more motor control than regular cnidarians. But it's probably because of how big this thing is. It has a lot more complex muscles because it's so big. Even then, its nerve systems and stuff probably still pretty simple. Like, simple nerves along here will tell the muscles to contract or move or dash to the side and such. Or a simple nerve up here would contact the muscle to open or close this thing, or inject a bunch of little parasites. It's a really unique creature, this is. I can only imagine what this thing would look like just floating idly on its own in the deep sea. It's huge. Its tendrils are everywhere. Here, I decided to draw it next to, like, maybe an orca. This thing would still only be a juvenile, too, because it's just insane how big this thing is. Like, if this was in the Monsterverse, it would so be a subtitan. It would be classified as a megafauna. I can imagine that, like, it would be a pet of the Kraken. Ignore how bad this is. I never drew the Kraken before. It would, like, feed whales to it and stuff. Anyway, that's a discussion on its own. But it makes me wonder what other creatures could be in this world. Like, you can imagine a massive filter-feeding gossamer worm or some huge blanketing starfish at the bottom. It's really cool. It's why I really love this movie. In fact, a case could even be made that it's related to the large cnidarian in that one crappy sci-fi movie, The Sand, I think it's called, where there's these huge creatures, not huge creatures, but one large creature that's like a cnidarian that hangs out under the sand as a baby and just grows and grows and grows and goes out into the ocean to go to other sand beds. It's a unique species, but there wasn't as much thought put into it as with the cnidarian from Sea Fever. But I might make a video on it and discuss their possibly being related. It's really cool. But that will be it for now. I just wanted to rant to you about this thing because it's really cool and I really love it. It's awesome. Really suggest you to go watch Sea Fever yourself. It's free to watch on YouTube for some reason. I hope you enjoyed, and I will have a drawing battle or a meme or a creative project or something out by next week. See ya!